For 15 years, Robyn Brown has played the ultimate peacemaker. She styled herself as the gentle glue holding the Brown family together, swearing up and down that she was Meri's only true sister wife and her fiercest protector. But what if the woman constantly drying her eyes on the reunion couch was actually the secret architect of the family's most humiliating disaster? Insider reports and explosive exclusive theories are now surfacing, pointing to a betrayal so dark it changes everything we know about the Sister Wives universe. Rumors suggest that the infamous Catfish scandal that nearly ruined Meri wasn't just a random attack by a lonely stranger on the internet. Reports claim it was essentially an inside job. It's been said that the very person pulling the strings, or at least leaking the private family gossip that made the psychological manipulation possible, was none other than Robyn herself. If you are just as shocked by this twisted family drama and want to uncover the dark truth hiding behind reality TV's most controversial family, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. You won't want to miss what we expose next. But that wasn't the whole story, because the rabbit hole of Robyn's alleged involvement goes much deeper than a simple internet rumor. To really understand the magnitude of this ultimate betrayal, you have to look at the exact trap that was set for Meri. Back when the scandal first exploded, the narrative presented to the public was simple and tragic. Meri, feeling incredibly isolated and neglected by Kody, fell for a wealthy, successful man named Sam online. However, exclusive theories and recent whispers from within reality TV circles suggest a far more sinister setup. Rumors have long swirled that the real person behind the catfish had a direct, undeniable connection to one of Robyn's closest friends and business associates. Reports claim that this close friend actually vouched for Sam, effectively convincing a vulnerable Meri that this fabricated man was completely real. It has been said that Robyn was deeply entangled with this exact friend during the height of the manipulation. Fans and insiders are now speculating wildly that Robyn was secretly funneling highly sensitive, private Brown family gossip straight to her inner circle, which then magically found its way into the catfish's hands. This rumored insider knowledge is exactly what made the catfish so believable, allowing the manipulator to prey on Meri's deepest insecurities. And what happened next would shock everyone, because this revelation places Robyn in the ultimate credibility dilemma. She is backed into a tight corner with absolutely no good way out. Think about the double bind she is in right now. Robyn must choose her poison. On one hand, she can admit the unthinkable, that she maliciously set up her sister's wife, feeding her to the wolves just to secure the undisputed, powerful title of Kody's head wife. On the other hand, she can furiously deny everything, claiming she was completely oblivious to the fact that her own best friend was actively destroying her sister's wife's life right under her nose. But playing the fool only makes her look dangerously incompetent and entirely in her role as the family's supposed protector. Reports claim that Robyn's fierce defense of her innocence is crumbling under the weight of these new allegations. It's been said that Kody might be completely blind to this contradiction, but the viewers definitely aren't. The glaring disconnect between Robyn's sweet, caring persona and the toxic reality of her inner circle's actions is becoming impossible to ignore. Just when you think the situation couldn't get any more tense, the stakes are being raised to a level that could financially and professionally ruin the newly monogamous couple. Insider reports are buzzing with the shocking news that Meri has secured a massive, lucrative deal for a Bombshell 2026 tell-all memoir. Rumors suggest that Meri is no longer holding back to protect the toxic family culture she left behind, and she allegedly plans to dedicate entire chapters to the exact shadowy origins of the Catfish scandal. Exclusive theories claim that Meri's team has been gathering digital evidence, old text messages, and timeline discrepancies that will officially brand Robyn as a mastermind villain once and for all. If Robyn cannot spin this narrative fast, this rumored book will permanently tank her public image, stripping away the victim status she has clung to for over a decade. It's been said that absolute panic has set in behind the walls of Robyn and Kody's mansion. The sheer terror of being exposed in black and white print is reportedly causing massive friction behind closed doors, as Robyn realizes her carefully constructed reality is about to be completely dismantled for the whole world to read. But the real knockout blow wasn't just looming in the pages of a future memoir. The foundation for this ultimate betrayal was actually broadcast right in front of our eyes on national television, hiding in plain sight. If you look closely at that jaw-dropping season reunion, the tension slicing through the room wasn't just about a broken marriage. It was the terrifying realization that Robyn's supposedly innocent gossip was the exact ammunition used to break Meri down. During those incredibly tense couch interviews, the host pressed deep into the mechanics of the Catfish manipulation. Every time Meri tried to explain the hyper-specific details the Catfish knew about the family, Robyn would immediately jump in, aggressively interrupting to steer the narrative back to how much the scandal hurt the entire family. Insider reports claim that this defensive deflection was entirely calculated. Exclusive theories suggest that Robyn was desperately trying to prevent Meri from connecting the dots on live television. Rumors have swirled that the Catfish possessed incredibly intimate knowledge of Kody's private rotation schedule, knowing exactly which nights Meri was sitting all alone in her house. How could a total stranger on the internet possibly know the exact hour Kody was walking through Robyn's front door? It's been said that Robyn was casually feeding these mundane daily updates to her close friend, who then allegedly passed them straight to the manipulator. This meant the Catfish could text Meri at the exact moment she felt most abandoned, perfectly timing their psychological manipulation to prey on her darkest vulnerabilities. And what happened next would shock everyone, because when this horrific connection was finally addressed behind the scenes, Robyn's reaction was a masterclass in covert evasion. Reports claim that when cornered by producers or family members about how her inner circle was linked to the attacker, Robyn instantly deployed her ultimate defense mechanism. She didn't apologize, she didn't take accountability. Instead, she painted herself as the ultimate casualty of her friend's deception. Rumors suggest that Robyn insisted she was just a naive, trusting soul who shared harmless family updates, completely blind to how that information was being weaponized against her sister's wife. But fans and body language experts have heavily scrutinized those reunion moments, pointing out the chilling disconnect between her words and her physical reactions. There were no real tears of guilt, only defensive posturing. It's been said that Robyn's innocent gossip wasn't just a slip of the tongue. Exclusive theories propose it was a deliberate pipeline of intelligence designed to keep Meri distracted, desperate, and entirely dependent on an outside source for validation. By allegedly fueling this digital phantom, Robyn essentially ensured that Meri would emotionally check out of the plural marriage entirely. But that wasn't the whole story. Because to truly grasp the sheer magnitude of this setup, you have to look deeply at Robyn's behavioral flaws and her lifelong pattern of covert sabotage. Throughout her 15 years on our screens, Robyn has demonstrated a masterful, almost terrifying ability to cry victim while holding a smoking gun. This isn't just about the Catfish. It is a profound character study of how she operates within the family dynamics. Whenever a sister's wife expressed feelings of neglect or frustration, Robyn was always the first to rush in with a tissue, offering a shoulder to cry on and preaching about the sacred bond of sisterhood. Yet, exclusive theories point out that every time Robyn intervened as the family mediator, the situation mysteriously ended with Kody spending more time at her house. Reports claim that behind closed doors, Robyn would use these mediation sessions to subtly highlight the other wives' flaws to Kody, wrapping her criticisms in a thick layer of concern. She would allegedly tell Kody that Meri was pulling away or that Christine was being too hostile, framing herself as the only wife who truly understood his burden. It's been said that this covert sabotage is her signature move. She strikes from the shadows, leaving no fingerprints, and then positions herself as the emotional collateral damage when the explosion finally happens. This hidden dynamic takes on a much darker tone when you align the timeline of the Catfish scandal with Robyn's ultimate goal. Rumors suggest that we cannot ignore the staggering coincidence that Meri's deepest entanglement with the Catfish happened at the exact same time Robyn needed Meri to legally divorce Kody. Exclusive theories have aggressively questioned whether this digital distraction was secretly encouraged to make the legal reshuffling easier. It's been said that by allegedly feeding the Catfish enough private details to keep Meri completely consumed by this romance, Robyn ensured that Meri would willingly sign those divorce papers without putting up a real fight. After all, if Meri believed she was secretly building a new life with a wealthy, successful man, she would have zero motivation to cling to her legal status with Kody. Reports claim that Robyn's close associate, the one allegedly connected to the Catfish, was instrumental in keeping Meri's hopes high right up until the ink was dry on the legal divorce. Once Robyn legally secured her position as the head wife, the Catfish's facade suddenly began to crumble, leaving Meri completely destroyed, publicly humiliated, and legally stripped of her title. Fans are now speculating that this wasn't just a sad reality TV tragedy. It was a flawlessly executed coup. And the fallout from this alleged behavioral flaw goes beyond just a legal document. It created a toxic environment where Meri was forced to live in a constant state of penance for years. Insider reports suggest that Robyn weaponized Meri's guilt over the Catfish to keep her obedient and financially contributing to the family pot. Whenever Meri showed signs of wanting to pull away and start fresh, Robyn would suddenly appear, dangling the false hope of reconciliation. She would tell Meri to just hang on, to just wait for Kody to come around, all while allegedly knowing full well that Kody had permanently closed the door on their marriage. It's been said that Robyn needed Meri's income to sustain the lavish lifestyle in their monogamous mansion, so she used the lingering shame of the Catfish scandal as an invisible leash. Exclusive theories claim that Robyn knew exactly what buttons to push, constantly reminding Meri of the grace and forgiveness the family had supposedly shown her after her emotional affair. This masterful manipulation allowed Robyn to maintain absolute control over the family narrative, ensuring that she always looked like the forgiving, righteous sister wife, while Meri was forever branded as the untrustworthy outcast who nearly destroyed the family culture. But the most chilling part of this entire ordeal wasn't just the alleged secret plot itself. It was exactly how Robyn performed when the cameras finally rolled on the devastating aftermath. If you want to see true inauthenticity in action, you only have to look at her failed emotional appeals during the most intense moments of the show. We all know Robyn's signature move, the dramatic shift in her seat, the trembling voice, and the infamous dry crying where she furiously dabs at her eyes without ever shedding a single actual tear. Insider reports claim that behind the scenes, production crews were baffled by her absolute refusal to offer a genuine apology or take an ounce of accountability for her inner circle's involvement in Meri's destruction. Instead, Robyn sat on that reunion reunion couch and fiercely insisted her intentions were completely pure, framing herself as a bewildered, innocent bystander. Exclusive theories suggest that this performance was highly rehearsed. It's been said that she spent hours before filming mapping out exactly how to hijack Meri's trauma and make it entirely about her own pain. She looked directly at the camera and cried about how the Catfish scandal destroyed her trust, completely ignoring the rumors that her own loose lips allegedly supplied the ammunition that broke her sister wife. Fans and body language experts have heavily analyzed these scenes, pointing out that when you watch her closely, her emotional display feels dangerously hollow, acting as a calculated shield designed to deflect any hard questions coming her way. And what happened next would shock everyone, because the ultimate irony in this twisted reality TV saga is the glaring thematic hypocrisy of Robyn's entire existence within the plural marriage. Think about the core moral she forced down the throats of her sister wives for over a decade. Robyn was always the loudest voice in the room, preaching about absolute loyalty to the family culture. She demanded obedience, constantly lecturing Meri, Christine, and Janelle about the sacred duty they had to Kody and the big picture of their family mission. Yet, insider reports paint a devastatingly different reality. Rumors suggest that the woman who demanded the highest level of blind loyalty was the exact mole feeding their darkest, most vulnerable secrets to outsiders. How can you preach about a safe family culture when exclusive theories claim you are secretly passing private family gossip to friends who use it to psychologically torment your sister wife? It's been said that the other wives eventually caught on to this staggering double standard. Reports claim that Christine and Janelle started noticing that anything they told Robyn in strict confidence would mysteriously make its way back to Kody, twisted in a way that made them look hostile and made Robyn look like the ultimate savior. The hypocrisy is staggering. She demanded a united front while allegedly acting as a double agent, actively dismantling the very sisterhood she claimed to cherish above all else. But that wasn't the whole story, because reality eventually catches up with everyone, and the isolation Robyn now faces is the ultimate reality check. The culmination of these rumors, the insider reports, and the endless years of covert manipulation finally pushed Meri completely over the edge. For years, Meri desperately held on to the tiny scraps of hope Robyn threw her way. But exclusive theories claim that the realization of Robyn's alleged involvement in the Catfish setup was the final straw that shattered the illusion forever. Meri finally woke up, packed her bags, and permanently cut all ties, completely walking away from the toxic dynamic that held her captive for so long. And where does that leave the supposed peacemaker? Reports claim that Robyn is now completely isolated, trapped in a miserable monogamous mansion with Kody. Without the other wives around to serve as emotional punching bags and scapegoats for Kody's endless anger, the unbearable weight of his frustration is allegedly falling squarely on her shoulders. It's been said that the massive house on the hill, once a symbol of her ultimate victory, has turned into a lonely fortress. Rumors suggest that the absolute financial strain of losing the other wives' massive incomes is causing severe panic behind closed doors, and Robyn is finally experiencing the suffocating reality of being Kody's only target. She desperately wanted to be the head wife, but now she is just the only wife left to deal with the ruins of the empire she allegedly helped destroy. We have reached the absolute point of no return in the Sister Wives universe. The mask of Robyn the Peacemaker has fully, permanently slipped off, exposing a reality that changes how we view the entire 15-year run of the show. The fans see it, the older children who have aggressively distanced themselves see it, and most importantly, the former Sister Wives see it. Insider reports claim that the entire family dynamic has been irrevocably shattered because the truth is finally undeniable. Robyn wasn't saving the family. Exclusive theories suggest she was dismantling it from the inside out, piece by piece, until only she was left standing at the top. But as she sits in that isolated mansion, facing a looming, explosive tell-all book and a completely destroyed public image, you have to wonder if the prize was actually worth the cost of her reputation. Was securing Kody's undivided attention really worth orchestrating the ultimate betrayal? Or has she simply built a very expensive prison of her own making? If you want to keep diving deep into these exclusive theories and uncover more insider reports about the darkest secrets in reality television, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a massive like on this video, and drop a comment below telling me exactly what you think about Robyn's ultimate betrayal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.